Well, hello guys, Kevin the Comic Doctor coming to another live CGC unboxing. 2 CGC boxes to unbox for you this evening. I hope you're all doing very well. Guys, I'm Kevin the Comic Doctor. I'm a comic book presser and authorized CGC dealer located way up in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. And like I said, this is a live CGC unboxing. If you love checking out graded CGC comic books, you're in the right place, guys. I come on here almost weekly, I would say, sometimes more than once a week, to share with you many of the comic books that are coming back from Florida, graded. These all belong to my clients, and I'm basically doing a live show and tell right here. If you're a comic book fan, I think this is the place for you. I sure hope you consider subscribing to the channel, liking the content, hitting that notification bell so you'll know when I go live. And you know what? I'm getting very, very, very close to 2,000 subscribers. That sale on Saturday boosted me up almost 15 or 20 subscribers. So guys, we're almost at the 100 mark. We're 100 more subscribers, and we'll be finally doing that big giveaway. And I think I'm going to add some more goodies to that as well. So guys, if you don't know exactly what I am going to be giving away during that special episode celebrating our 2,000 subscribers, head on over to my playlist and look for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway video. And I go over many of the prizes that are going to be given away. Guys, if you came to the show, to the sale on Saturday, I hope you had a good time. I loved it. I think Marty put together a great amount of great variety of comic books. The sales were constant for the most part. Marty did quite well, and I think he'll be back in the new year with even more goodies as well. Also, keep in mind that on December the 10th, I'll be having another sale. This time, it's all CGC books. If you want CGC slabs, nice CGC slabs, you're going to want to be here on December the 10th for Chris Reynolds' live claim sale. Again, all CGC goodness. Yeah. And I'm going to start putting on some little teasers on my Instagram and Facebook page so you can see exactly, get an idea of what Chris intends on bringing. Okay, guys. Well, you came here to see some comic books. Let's get to it. Then we'll go over to the chat room in just a few moments. And again, if you want to chat with me here at the channel, subscribe. You have to subscribe or else you won't be able to chat. Okay. I think we got a lot of moderns here. I think for the most part, maybe some bronze thrown in. First off, we have a Secret Wars #1 in a 9.4. Again, I have no idea who these belong to. These just arrived, and there are more on the way back now. We also have a Captain America 354 in an 8.5. We have an ASM 316 in a 9.6. An ASM 301, also in a 9.6. And as I do this, guys, I always check for cracks and you know, major imperfections with the slab, because I only have so much time to send them back if there is a problem. And if you guys notice any cracks that I missed, please speak up, because that happened once, if you recall. All right, next we have an ASM 252 Direct Edition in a 9.2. Got an Amazing Spider-Man 27 first Frank Miller Daredevil art. 9.6 white page. That's a nice copy right there. And we'll stop this one with Punisher Limited Series #1 white pager in a 9.4. Okay, let's get over to the chat room, see who is in the house today. Where is my chat? There she is. Let's see who's here. Okay, we have Davey Clare right off the bat. Hit that like button. Davey, I like the way you think, brother. Rock City's here. Bring on the books. That is exactly what I am doing. James, the Real Hyperion, is here. How you doing, James? Jen Michael Rossi's also here. Evening, everyone. Dennis is in the house all the way from California, from Hollywood, California, if I'm not mistaken. How you doing, Dennis? Let's see. Don't wait, meditate. That's good for you. It's good for the soul. 5:45 p.m. in LA. John Sherwood's here. How you doing, John? Good to see you. We want books. Well, you're going to get them. You're going to get them. Dennis says, what does he say? I went back to Hollywood memorabilia, Doc. Jeff was in a bad mood. Well, don't get him in a bad mood, because if you get him in a bad mood, the prices for that WKRP script will be too expensive. So wait and get him in a good mood. John also says, hit that button, guys. 18 of you in the house right now. Please hit that button. That'll do me a lot of good. Please text Marty. It's not Marty. It wasn't Marty. It was Dennis is referring to Marty's mic on Saturday. It was very low. Listen, I'm very impressed that most of these guys, Roy, Marty, Steve. These guys have actually been able to get on here. When I try, listen, most claim sales are done on Instagram, right? And it's very simple. You got a camera and a phone, hit the record or the live, and away you go. This is a very different setup I have here. This is almost like I wish I could turn this around and show it to you. This setup is almost like a television studio. So I have to send links to the guys. I tell them how to set up their comic books, and we go for it. Now, I think if Marty had a microphone, one of those microphone headphones, it would be a lot better. And I might start recommending that to some guys. Because if they're using iPads and they're standing, 5 feet away, yeah, the sound's not going to be all that good. And that's kind of what happened to Marty. That wasn't Marty's fault. We do what we can. It wasn't that bad. I went back and listened. It was okay. It was tolerable. What be these comics? Yes, Rocky City Adventure says Marty did great, but he could have made more sales if the books were seen closer up. It's hard, man. It's hard to get this. It's just hard. I mean, you can hold them closer up, I guess. Maybe that's what we have to do more. The ASM 3196. Yes, Patty's Projects. Hopefully, I can participate in that next sale. I hope so. It's going to be a good one. Let's take donations for camera and mic. For Marty, no. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Let me see what... Oh, I put some of these in the wrong place here. Hold on, guys. Let's get back to the books. We start the next one off with a lot of modern here, guys. We've got a newsstand copy, actually, Canadian variant, I believe. Yeah, Canadian price variant of Marvel Secret Wars number 8 in a 9.6. And again, it states it right there. Canadian price. Well, it's very small, but Canadian price variant. Not a bad book. Not a bad book. What else do we have here? We also have, oh, wow. I'll buy that for $1 right there. Direct copy in a 9.8. And then we've got another Canadian price variant in a 9.6. We've got a 9.8 copy of 239, Mr. Sinister main appearance, I believe. Oh, close, but no cigar. We got an X-Men 266, first appearance of Gambit, in a 9.6. Oh, here we go again with these 9.6s, man. They're getting off on the 9.6s. We've got 244 and a 9.6 as well. And now I'm going to go back and pack these babies up. There we go. Let me pack these up and go back to the chat. That's what you guys are saying. A Ranger for Collector. Another great auction last Saturday. Thanks, Doc. And you know what? A Ranger for Collectors, thank you for coming out. You were, I think, well, the big winner that night, or the big buyer that night anyway. You bought a lot of nice books. And Ranger for Collectors also won Bobby's giveaway from the auction from 2 weeks ago. So he won that awesome Iron Man acetate. Get that sucker framed to look really cool in your man cave. Stavros, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Rock City Adventure says, sorry, don't want to bag on the guy, but with higher okay, sorry, I can't read that. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Whoa. Sorry, guys. But with higher echelon books, the fine details make a difference. Hey, listen, people can always say, please zoom in on the books. I mean, if he did hold the book up close, I had him do that a couple of times, you can see the book quite well. But I mean, realistically, there's only so much you can do. I take part in a lot of Facebook sales, and, there's only so much quality, you're going to get. But yeah, you can get a little closer. All you got to do is bring the book up to the camera, right? And we're happy to do that. Just ask. Say, hey, closer look at the book, please. And we'll do it. Happy to do that. If I send in books, what are the delays? Stavros, what do you mean? Do you have an invoice already ready to go? What do you mean? Where are we at? John says, hey, Kevin. Hey, everyone. How you doing, John? Good to see you. How many millions of Secret Wars was published? Yeah, probably millions. I wouldn't be surprised. God, I love those old covers. Me too. Yes, sir. Killer. All right. Let's keep going. I've got some more here to show you. I got 2 boxes, like I said, guys. We're going through the first box right now. A lot of modern books. We've got a Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine, issue number 1 in a 9.4. We've got a Wolverine number 1 in an 8.5. The slabs all seem to be intact, which is nice for a change. We got a fantastic 448 and a 4.0. Nothing wrong with that. We have a Marvel Team Up 141, a newsstand edition in a 9.0. Right there. First Apocalypse X Factor 6 in a 9.6. I'll do one more. I'll go back to the chat. Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man 101 and a 9. Boy, they're giving the 9.6s out like crazy today. That's a sharp looking book. Why is that a 9.6? 9.6. We got a 9.6 grader on this box, it looks like. All right, we got one more stack in this box to do. Let me go back to the chat. Let's see. I have a swig of water too. Oh, I see. Okay, Stav, that's pretty good. He says, no, just wonder if I do an invoice this week, what is the current delays? Well, I'm happy to report that it's improved a little bit. Not a hell of a lot, but it's a bit better. If you've been coming to any of the comic shows, I've been putting on the invoices 7 to 9 months for the whole process. Cleaning, pressing, grading, shipping, everything. But I've reduced it now to 5 to 7 months. So that's where we're in about right now. It could be sooner than that. I'll tell you guys, it's crazy, you know. The shop is open on Saturdays, and I get guys coming in like this. The last 3 Saturdays, I've had about 125 to 150 books dropped off each Saturday. So this Saturday gone by, Saturday before, and the Saturday before that, I've had like almost over 100 books per week. So yeah, it's pretty steady. It's pretty steady. But I'm saying 5 to 7 months right now, Stav. But hopefully it'll be sooner than that, right? We're in the June books right now, mostly. Some guys listen to me. Believe it or not, some people listen to me. Some guys actually, like for example, Alex M is out there, and John's brother Patrick was in the shop as well, and they did invoices months ago, just kind of to give themselves a placeholder. And so they Alex dropped off his books last week. He had an April invoice, boop, front of the line. So his books are being worked on as we speak. Patrick will probably be sometime next week or the week after. So I mean, yeah, people are taking my advice and filling out those forms, just having them in their back pocket. So when they do have a bunch of books ready to go, they just submit the form. And if the date has gone by already, which is in the case of Alex and actually John Drum as well, too, out in Kingston, same deal. He gave me some books and they were dated December. So like but John was very gracious. He says, Kevin, I know you're busy. You don't have to jump on these right away. Take your time, whenever. I can wait another year again. He didn't care. But I mean, I'm going to do them quicker because he does have an invoice from December. So that's always a wise thing to do. Just get an invoice ready to go. And if you don't know what comic books to actually put down on the submission form, just put down like, in the title for the comic, just put comic books, and then we're just quantity, put 25. You don't have to give me 25, but it's a good placeholder. You know what I mean? That's all. So, yeah. But yeah, long answer to your question. 5 to 7 months. Oh, this is pretty cool. We got a 2.5 copy of ASM 129. It's probably still like $1,000 book, just like that. Oh, we got a Hulk 181 as well. Nice. And a 4.5. Here are all my invoices that were tucked at the back. Usagi Yojimbo, which is a really popular book, in a 9.4. I think Bobby had one of those at his sale. It went like that. Went really, really fast. We've got an Alien number 1 Marvel Comics in a 9.8. Well, that's good to see. Another invoice tucked away there. Having one Alien book is good. Having another one is even better. So 2 Aliens in a 9.8. And last but not least on this particular book, or box, sorry, is Uncanny X-Men 221 in a 9.6. So that's a pretty modern box. You had a few bronzies in there. Got ASM 129, and we had a nice Hulk 181. But other than that, they're pretty much all modern books. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but CGC has moved over to a thicker plastic bag. Less scratches, I guess, on the comics, which is nice. They go in and out of the bags a lot easier, too, which is fantastic. Let's go over to the chat, see what you guys are saying. All right, let's go over here. Just wonder if I do an invoice this week. What is it? Yeah, so okay, that's cool. Galactus in the MCU, that's right. That's in the, what do you call it? The FF48. Davey Claire, I know a guy. Take care of that 9/6 grader. Yeah, tell me about it, eh? That was a pretty heavy box of 9/6s. Patty's Projects, definitely a big workload. Always. Never ending over here, guys. Dennis Mason, I know a guy who takes care of known guys. Sounds like a plan. Excellent. Rock City says, holy cow, that's a 1K book and a 2.5 Punisher Spider-Man. Geez, I need to look at my stuff. Yeah, I think it is. I think I saw a 3 or a 3.5 selling for $1,200 on Facebook, and I think it sold. So I would assume a 2.5 is between, I would think, at least $800 to $1,200. Stavros says, someone explained to me how a Bronze Age book, Hulk 81, commands over 100,000. Yeah, it's the popularity of that character we all know and love, known as Wolverine. He is the one, man. Yeah. Rock City Adventures. I wouldn't know at Stavros Best. I got 180 LOL because I wasn't going to spend 6K 2 years ago on a 181. Yeah, and how much are they now, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. All right. You know what, guys? Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, I think so too, John. Always nice to see those two books. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull the other book over. It'll be really quick. It won't even be like time me. I'd say it's going to be 20 seconds. Where's my be right back? And you guys love my be right back video. You have to dance a little bit to it. So I'll be right back. 20 seconds. Less than 20 seconds. Here we go. Did I do it? I get back in less than 20 seconds? I don't know if I did or not. All right, let's see what we got here. Overhead cam. Where are you, my overhead cam? There it is. Okay, all right. So we start off this batch. Again, moderns. We've got a cool looking ASM 316 newsstand copy. This one is with the vehicle Venom Lethal Protector label. They got rid of the other Venom label. This is the newer one they have. We also have a Fantastic Four 165 with a nice Fantastic Four label and an 8.5 with a, I think it's Quasar there. With is that right? Yeah, it's Quasar. Is it Quasar? Oh, the Crusader. Looks like Quasar though. We have, what's going on here? We have a Amazing Spider-Man 362 and a 7.5. Are they being tough on these books or what? Because that's kind of odd to see. We've got an Avengers 45 and a 9.2. Amazing. I love this cover. Amazing Spider-Man 230 with a Juggernaut and a 9.2. And then we have a 6.5 follow-up to that, I believe, or the first part actually, and a 6.5. Do one more, I guess. We got a Wolverine #1 limited series in a 9.4. All right, let's go back to chat, and I'll pack these babies up. RP, hey Kev, how you doing, RP? Good to see you, buddy. Dennis is counting 5, 6. Well, how far did you get? Was definitely less than 20 seconds. Excellent, excellent. I hate to keep people waiting. I really do. 9, that's it, 9 seconds. That's pretty good. Staffers is called market manipulation. Yeah, maybe, probably. Queens Marine, how you doing? We need another Marty sale soon. Queens Marine soon. Well, so we're going to end the season off with Chris Reynolds on December the 10th with a huge CGC, all CGCs. And I'm telling you, Chris used to set up, I think he used to set up at the shows He hasn't in a long time. He's got a lot of stock, a lot of CGC stock he wants to move, and there are a lot of key books. So you're going to really, like a lot of early Marvels, DC key books. So you're going to want to come to this sale. Chris usually does really good Facebook claim sales, like auctions or claim sales as well. So he wanted to try this out. We're going to try it out. Hopefully it works out well because, like I said, he's got a lot of really fun books. You're going to want to tune into that. And then probably in the new year, I'll do a schedule. I know Roy wants to come back. I want Marty to come back as well, too. Bobby wants to come back. They got more stuff. And I'll try to make it, you know, I don't know if we need to do it every single week. It's tiring, you know. It really is tiring. I think we would rather do it every other week, you know. I wouldn't mind doing that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. Stavros, I got... Oop, there it is. Oh, there it is. I got lucky last year with an online post from an antique store posting a raw Hulk 181, paid 2,500 CAD, came back out as a 6 with Kevin's help. I would not have had that copy otherwise. Wow. That's all right. Good deal. Bad Ombre, yes, a Spectacular Spider-Man 86 at $100 was quite a steal. Rock City Adventures. Stavros, damn you, got that for like 400 USD then. That's crazy. Patty's Project. I consider myself a mid to low grade collector. Most times I have best of my wallet that way. You know what? Nothing wrong with that. You know, I met a guy. Well, I went and talked to the guys over at Comic Alley Toys yesterday, and I was talking to the owner there, and he himself was saying, you know what? I need 2 more issues of X-Men, and I don't care what the condition's in, restored or low, because I just want them. I want the run. And you know, a lot of guys feel that way. But guys are in it for the dollar. Guys that are in it for the investment, they want the, you know, the highest grade possible, and they search for it. They want to get for the best deal possible. You know, I'm kind of a bit in both worlds. You know, I'm a collector, but I try to get a book that's a little nicer than just a 2 or a 1/8. Unless the book's 40 grand and a 1/8 too, which is the case in some times, right? So, Stavros, but seriously, that is a huge deal for 2,500. It sure is. RP says, how long should turnaround time for moderns? I submitted mine almost a year ago now. Is that normal? Do you think it's rude to ask my submitter for order info so I could contact CGC directly? RP, I didn't submit them, right? Modern books. If you submitted modern books a year ago, you should have gotten those books back months ago. The only books that should be still there a year later are basic economy books. If you sent modern books 12 months ago, about a year ago, it was probably 3 months turnaround, 4 months maybe, but certainly not a year. So yeah, it's not normal. You need to contact, and it's not rude at all. Why would it be rude? It's not rude. Find out what's going on. If you contact CGC directly, you could, but you have to have the invoice numbers and all that stuff, or they can't help you. So yeah, the book should be back by now. Right place, right time. Star Wars wants to sell and upgrade his Hulk 181 if anybody's interested. I want to get some Purple Label books, but they just never seem to pop up around here anyways, in Brighton, Ontario. Well, they're around. Just gotta keep your eye open. Go on eBay. You'll find tons of the restored stuff on eBay. You can lowball them over there. John Gordon says, hi, Kevin. Those are my books. Can I come in this Saturday? John Gordon. I haven't sorted them yet. I'll sort them probably this Saturday. I will text you. As soon as I'm ready for you to come in. Okay? Don't just come in. I will text you. That's what happens. After the books are sorted, if the orders are complete, I will contact you and say to come on in and pick them up. All right? Be good to see you again, John. Passion and income, that's for sure, Dennis. Rock City says, RP, CGC won't help you at all if the books weren't submitted in your name. That's correct. Not you, Kevin, no worries. Okay, good. I was going, do I have modern books out there? That's really a long time. Yeah, RP, you want to give that guy a call and see what's going on. That's way, way too long. Way too long. All right, you want to see some more comic books? Let's go. All right. What do we got here? X Factor, #1. Come on, right there. In a 9.6 white pager. New Mutants, 99. Holy, 9.6 is Batman. What's going on here? Here we go again. I think my friend Bad Ombre had it right, man. Send them in pre-screen, 9.8s. 9.4. New Mutant 100. Amazing Spider-Man 307 in a 9.0. We've got a Spider-Man number 2 in a 9.6. 9.6. Where are these 9.8s, man? This grader's in a bad mood. Wolverine number 10 in a 9.4. I'll do one more and I'll pack them up again. Finally a 9.8. Spider-Man number 1 in a 9. Whoop, in a 9.8. Oh, that's better. Gee whiz. Took long enough. All right. Rock City, sorry to be bearer of bad news. Yeah, that's stinky, man. RP, whereabouts you located again? You know, I never expected the economy books that I currently have at CGC right now. I never expected them to be over a year. Because back when I sent them in, it was never they never had a turnaround time of 300 days or 350 days. It was always like 250 days, and that's okay. But then they just started, they prioritized the moderns, and all the economy books started getting pushed to the back of the line. Like I said, right now, I think I have a few economy boxes on the way back right now, and these are boxes from November and December of last year. It sucks, and it's way too long of a wait, because not only did people wait for CGC, they waited for me. So their books have been gone for well over a year, and I don't like that. I don't like it one bit, man. I don't like it one bit. Bad Hombre says maybe those 9.6s are actually 9.6. You know what, Bad Hombre? You could be very right about that. They could be 9. I didn't take a really close look at them, but they certainly could be. RP, thanks, Rock City. Yes, I submitted through another vendor with other people, but finding it hard to believe it is taking this long. I'm in Whitby, Kevin. Okay, so if you're in Whitby, I think I know who you went through. There's only so many people around where you could have sent them through. But that's strange, man. 9.6, 266. A 9 points, and it's also a newsstand copy. A 9.6, 171. Right there. And then we have our G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, in an 8.5, number 100. A cool cover. Amazing Spider-Man 315 in a 9.2. I'll go back again. CGC should have max delay standards over X time is great. Wouldn't that be nice? Good luck with that, though. That'll never happen. But that'd be a pretty sweet deal. You know, if something's gone for so long and they say, you know what, it's free. People don't get upset. They're actually okay. Thanks, man. You know, they feel better about it. But they don't even give you, they don't give you anything. They don't give you a damn credit. They don't give you a discount card for the next, nothing. You know, I for those people that are waiting a really long time, I give out a little coupon myself for a free press and clean. I mean, it's something small I do, but I mean, I feel bad that the books are out so damn long. I don't like them being out that long. It's all those signature series events, Bad Hombre says, at CGC. This is the real reason for the delays. Tell them to stop making those. Well, you know what's funny, Bad Hombre? You're probably very right. Look at the Todd McFarlane thing. How much manpower that must take to go through those thousands of books that he's signing, right? And this is a direct result of COVID, right? This is a direct result of COVID, where there were no shows and people still wanted to get their books signed by Todd McFarlane or Jim Starlin or the different actors from the Marvel Universe, Robert Downey Jr. or whatever. But you're right. In the old days, when I'd go onto the CG site and I have a little drop down of in-house signatures, it'd be like 5 or 6 people. Now when I do it, it's like 50 different artists. So I do agree with you about Hombre, and that's a real shame, because while it's convenient for I guess these writers and artists and celebrities to go to CGC in Florida or to go somewhere to one spot and do it, it takes away from their facilitators. Like as I told you, I'm now a CGC facilitator. I can organize signatures as well. Although good luck trying to find where to find these bloody people. I can't find the booking agents anywhere. I've been looking for like 3 weeks. And CGC is no help to try to find, to try to tell me, hey, I want to get Rob Liefeld up to Toronto. Good luck. They're not gonna, you contact Rob Liefeld, he never answers your response, he never responds to you, and try to find his agent or his booking agent or his handler. How? You call CGC and they know who those people, they won't tell you. They don't want you to do it. They want him to go to CGC. So Bad Hombre, I kind of agree with you. I think it's a bit of a scam. They have all these facilitators that are willing to organize events, but it's impossible to get the guys, and the guys are already going to Florida, Sarasota instead. It's just easier. So they've kind of cornered that market, which I don't know. It kind of stinks. Stavros, you won't find greater notes on 9. Hey, you won't find greater notes on an 8.5. I got a 7.5 and an 8.5 the other day for a guy. No greater notes. Bullshit. Ridiculous. You won't find greater notes. Oh, sorry. Bad Hombre. Where's my Marvel Team Up 20? It has been a year. I don't know. Is it back? I don't remember. I probably lost it. Geez, I probably lost that, Mike. I don't know. You gotta look at your file and find out. It probably didn't go a year ago, though. Rock City Adventures, Bad Hombre. From what CGC says, those are all done within a day or two. Yeah, baloney. How are they going to get Todd McFarlane? He's got thousands. They said it's going to take weeks to get through Todd McFarlane's signatures, right? Some of the guys like Robert Downey Jr., who was charging $800 a pop, yeah, he could probably get it done in a day. I don't imagine he's going to have 10,000 orders for his signature at $800 a signature, but he might have 100 or 200. It's a lot of money. Patty's Projects, do you have a minimum for books sent to you for clean and press and submission? If someone sent just one, I feel like that would be a pain. It is a pain, and I'm going to start putting a policy in place where I think I'm going to do a minimum of 5. Maybe 3, I don't know, 3 or 5. But yeah, 1 is a bit of a pain. I don't turn people away with 1, but I do all the paperwork I have to do for just 1 book. It's really not, and I got to understand something. If the book's an X-Men #1 or a Spider-Man #1, of course I'll do it. But for Bad Hombre mentioned Marvel Team Up 20. If you come over and give me a Marvel Team Up 20 by itself, and you want all the bells and whistles on, that's a lot of work for 1 book to make a few bucks. It's not really worth the headache of all the paperwork and the tracking and all that stuff. So yeah, let's keep. But right now, yeah, I'm doing it because I'm a ding dong. Dennis, who the heck qualifies a grader? CGC Notes competition. Yeah, well, we've been saying that for a long time, Dennis, and unfortunately, all the competition seems to be falling by the wayside. RP says, I submitted. Oh, I just lost it. I submitted my 2 Nova ones and some older books, but you did tell me since it's economy, they were older, and economy, I wouldn't see them for a year up front. So I'm ready for the wait. Yeah, well, that's it. For those, you will. Is it took too late to submit for? Yes, it ended. Todd McFarlane cutoff was November 14th, I believe. I sign books. Yeah, you could do that. I could do that. You could sign some books for people. I sign books too. I'll sign books for $100 a pop. You never know. Never know what could happen. One day it could be very popular. Dennis says Liefeld can't draw feet. Liefeld, I don't want to talk about Liefeld's art. I've seen a lot of his art. That Captain America with the chest. I was like, what the hell's going on there? Rock City says, LOL, no feet Liefeld. Hope he's not watching. But who wants to rob? I know. I just use it as an example. I know. RP, not saying the submitter I used for my moderns is trying anything. Just frustrated by the lag. Yeah, RP, yeah, I don't think he is. Or she is, or whoever it is. I don't think they are either. But I mean, if the books they could have sat for a long time and then they went out. But modern books right now, if I send modern books, for example, I sent 100 modern books for a dealer they landed at CGC about 3.5 weeks ago. He's got them back already. So under a month. So if you had moderns from last year, now if he sent them for CCS to have them cleaned and pressed at CCS, that could take over a year. So that could be it. So did you have them pressed at CCS? That could have slowed it down. Dennis says, Doc's face. Patty's Projects. Doc, I need Letterman's signature on my Avengers. Oh, that'd be cool, eh? You could probably find his agent, no problem. Sure. For specialty signatures like that, guys, if you do have a book, if you do have a book that has a very special, like say Gene Simmons on a Kiss book or Alice Cooper, these guys don't go to a lot of conventions. They do from time to time, but they don't go to a lot. There's a company in Vegas called Desert Wind, and I don't know if they still do this or not, but they do. You'd send them their book, and they would hold your book until they could arrange to have it signed by the person you wanted. I found out about them through my buddy Ben, and he had a Chuck Norris #1. And he wanted it signed by Chuck Norris, and he sent it to Desert Wind. It took them a year, but they eventually got Chuck's signature on it. He was at an event. They got there. He signed it. They shipped it to CGC for him, got the signature series, and away you go. So that's pretty cool. So that's a company. So if you want someone like a David Letterman, yeah, that'd be somebody. I'd call Desert Wind up and see if they could arrange something like that, right? They just have the people in the right place. He lost my book. No, I don't think I lost your book, Pat. I'm just being an ass. Again, when you ask about a book and it's not here in front, I don't have your file. I can't even look. So there's always usually a reason why it's taking longer. But if it's a modern book, it shouldn't have been gone a year. If it's an economy book, yeah. I think it is an economy. It's a Marvel Team Up 20's economy, right? They were still waiting for it. I have Ray Manzarek signature from Ray himself, 1988. Cool. 5 sounds pretty reasonable for sure. Yeah, it is. But it gets expensive with the grading, right? If you have, for example, say you have 5 express books, that's going to be $1,000 bill when it's all said and done. But if you have 5 modern books, it's still, 40 times 5, $200 Canadian for grading and another, 125 for the pressing. So it all adds up, right? But I think I have to start doing that. Singles are just a kind of a pain. Patty says, I've always wondered about blank sketch covers and people sending their art and saying to get graded gold label. Do they have to have witnesses for the whole drawing on the cover signature? I believe so. I would think they would have to. I always wonder, could you do your own? Could I draw my own picture on there and send it in and have it say, drawn by Kevin Polidano? I don't know if they'll do that or not. Will they? Chuck Norris, Patty's Projects. I really do have to send them in an email. I always forget about them, and I believe the San Lee Sig was witnessed by Desert Wind at Fan Expo, but I would have to check. Yeah, probably because Desert Wind has been at Fan Expo a few times. They've been there a few times. All right, let's look at some more comic books, which that's why you're here. Let's look at some, and I've got about 10 books to put in the press tonight still, so I got to get going. So we got a, oh, look at this. No surprise, not a 9.8, a 9.4 ASM, number 324. I freaking love this book. I just love this book so much. I don't know why I love it. Newsstand. Now, they said this is a newsstand edition. I think it's a Canadian edition. Am I wrong? Of Alpha Flight #1. And it says newsstand, and it is a newsstand copy, but $1 is $1 not. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe $1, it's $1.25 Canadian. I could be wrong. Maybe it is just a newsstand. I get confused sometimes. I still got to get Angelo on here to talk about Canadian price variance. I think we'll get a kick out of that. Okay, we got a 9.4 copy of New Mutants 87. And we have an ASM 311 and also in a 9.4 box, guys. What the hell? An 8.0 and a 320. X-Men 221 9. Oh. Thought I heard a crack. Listen to this. Wait, listen. Well, it's not doing it. Now it's not doing it. Like the sound of that? The comic jumping around inside a slab. I hate that. 9.4. First appearance of your friend and mine, Mr. Sinister. And last but not least, they did not give us a 9.4. 22 of these books belong to one person. Amazing Spider-Man 328, Grey Hulk, McFarlane. Pretty cool cover and a 9.4. Boy, a lot of 9.4s in this in this particular box. Wow. Guys, a lot more books heading back from CGC as we speak. Like I said, economy books from this time last year should be on their way back. I know a lot of people are waiting for them, and I'd like to get these orders out of here as well. You know, you might hate the fact your books aren't back. I hate the fact that I've been storing a lot of books here for incomplete orders, because people don't want to come and get their books until their orders are complete. It's right of town. So I've been storing a lot of books. Like most people just don't send in 23 economy books, right? They'll send in 5 moderns, 4 economies, 2 standards. So the other books are waiting here as I'm waiting for those stupid economy books to come back. So it's been a real hassle for you. And it's been a real hassle for me because it takes up space. I don't have a lot of room to unpack new orders because I'm storing orders from a year ago. Hence the reason why I no longer use, one of the reasons why I no longer use the economy here. All right. Let's go back and see what you guys are saying. And I'll say goodbye very, very soon. 1,000. Yeah, they can cost a lot of money. Rock City, from what I understand, if you are a verified CGC artist, and they will take your word for it if it comes from you, barring obvious not your artistry thing. Okay. And you know, that makes sense because who was it? One of my clients from the States, I think it was. Excuse me. No, it wasn't an American. It was a Canadian guy. Gave me a comic from an artist, and the artist had signed his book, and the artist sent me his own signature series verification form from the artist himself, and it got a yellow label. So yeah, you're right. Some of them are verified. Let's see here. Stavros, your thoughts on that ASM M&M variant cover? Oh, it's a modern thing. You know, honestly, Stavros, I saw it. I don't keep up with that stuff, man. I just don't. My comic book collecting ended realistically in 1990 when it comes to modern new books. And do I own modern books? Do I own a copy? Well, I had a copy of NOIX, and, you know, and I had a copy of Batman Adventures 12, but I have some of those key modern books, but I don't actively search out these variant books. It's cool, I guess. But I don't. Will I run out and buy one? No, personally, I won't. That's just me. What do you think, Stav? Are you getting one? Dennis Mason, shake that comic. I did. That box was a disaster. But, Hombre, I kind of agree with you. Kevin, you forgot the envelope, your submission. Kevin, you forgot the envelope. Oh, what? What do you mean, Stavros? What do you mean? Rock City. I think using the whitest wrapper around with credibility is good, but still saying that only white people like comics, which we all know is completely false. 100% it's false. 100% it's false. I'm happy to say that my office is a multicultural office. I see a lot of people from all walks of life and all cultural backgrounds. I see it every week at my shop. It's great, you know. And that's why I think it's so funny. These Marvel movies are so, like, I use the word, you know, they're woke, right? They're shoving so much woke nonsense down our throats to the people that are the most, I think, open and most accepting. And I don't know, they just beating us over the head with a dead horse. Take it, love it, love it, love it, love it. It's like, oh my God, enough. Oh, I see. Helps to grade bumps, yeah. Someone told me that once. Could you put like a $20 bill inside the comic? Will that get you a higher grade? Anyone try it? Go ahead. I don't know. I've never done that. I've never put a $20 bill inside of a comic book hoping to get a 0.5 or you know, a bump. You try it, I suppose. 1,000 for 5 books, yeah. Well, if the books are high-end books, Dennis, yeah, it could be that way. Right, one book could cost me. That AF-15 was like that I did a couple of weeks back. That was like, the bill on that sucker was I think $3,000, all said and done, out the door. Right, so it was for one book, but it's Amazing Fancy 15. Bad Hombre, true. I am a non-white Hispanic. I can vouch for that. It's true. I can confirm this. Some artists are cool about direct contact if you do the research. So you said the research, yes. Yeah, but it's hard. The big one I want to bring, like I was talking to Rob at the comic book show, and he wants to bring. I'll be honest. He for June, he was hoping to bring a big A-lister down to his show for 2 days. You know, but just to give you an example of how much they cost. Let me ask you this. Here's the cool thing. How much do you think Frank Miller costs for one day appearance? American, U.S. funds. I found this out. I found his handler. I found his agents. Guess how much Frank Miller charges for an event for 1 day? Just his fee. Let's see what you guys come up with. Oh, Davey Clare, those are very good grades. What do you want? Bad hombre, would never have thought that, hombre, LOL. Referring to your name, obviously. Davey, I mean, look, some guys, if they're not 9.6, 9.8, they're not happy, right? And again, this all goes back to the debate. What are you getting these books graded for? Are you grading these books because you want to sell them for top dollar? Did you buy them cheap? You want to turn around and flip them? Or are you buying them because it's a part of your collection? You want to get a run, and you don't care if the books are an 8.5, a 7.5, a 9.0. You just want the friggin' things graded. So that's the thing, you know. So again, it depends what your motivation for getting them graded was in the first place, and that's that. Stavros, on the fence. I'm an ASM collector, but hoping price drops. Hoping price drops and waiting. Yeah, it'd be nice to buy. I want to buy a house. I want to buy another property, but I want the prices to go down. We'll see what happens. Dennis, check the Guardians Christmas special. Made me cry. Did you? I enjoyed it very much. Actually, it was a lot of fun. I watched it too, Dennis, last week, and when it first came out, and it was quite good. Patty's Project. I mean, Eminem has always been a Marvel fan and throwing superhero names and such into his lyrics, so makes sense for him to have a variant, but definitely a money grab. Haha. Yeah, that's it. I'm sure, you know, if he's a fan, then that kind of makes me a little happier that he's on the cover, you know. Like they put that, what's her name, in the She-Hulk TV show where they did that twerking thing. I couldn't stand that, man. I absolutely hated that twerking nonsense. And who is she? I hadn't even heard of her. I know I'm an old fart. I don't know about modern music and all that. But who was she? Like, she wasn't even, to me, she's not even popular enough to be in that show. Like, talk about giving, like, she should have paid to be in that show. Hope they didn't pay her to be on the show. She should have paid to be in that show, because that show is being watched by millions of people, you know, like the MCU is far more popular than this woman ever was or is. I never even ever heard of her. I never heard of her. I was like, what are they doing? It was very odd to me. That $20 you put in that book would be taken instantly by the intake staff, probably. All right, so Bad Hombre comes back with $10K. US. Rocket Ventures says, Davey Clare, I was going to say $9K and 100 Big Macs. $8K and 2 escorts. No one else? No one else? All right. He's 20,000 US. Was it 20 or 40? Might have been 40,000. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was $40,000. I'm pretty sure, not 20. $40,000 for 1 day. And not only that, he had to have 3 first-class plane tickets to Toronto, a private car, and 2 hotel rooms. So when it was all said and done, we did the math. It was like 60,000 Canadian for 1 day. Frank Miller to come to the show for 1 day. So do the math on that. You bring Frank Miller in for 1 day, you know, and you guys want him to sign your, you know, your Dark Knight books or your Daredevil books or whatever books you have. How much do we charge to get that 60 grand? You're not, it's not going to happen. He can't sign that many books unless you charge like unless you charge like $600-700 a person to meet him, have maybe a picture with him, and have him sign a 2 or 3 books. And there's still grading on top of that, right? So yeah, it's like someone like that. If he's 40 grand US, then Todd McFarlane's going to be the same or more, probably more actually. And so then all of a sudden it's like, what do you do? So I kept looking down the list of who they had, and Greg Capullo was pretty good too. He's 12 grand for the day. You know, it's crazy. So they do charge a lot of money to come for 1 day. It has to be really worth it. And yeah, I don't know if you can haggle. I don't know if you can get it cheaper than that. Maybe he's doing 2 events, or there's another event close by. You can snag him. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't believe when I saw 40 grand for one day. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man. I know you're important to the comic world, but $40,000, you do 2 events a year, and you're making nice money for two days for 48 hours to make $80,000. Come on, I don't know. That's crazy. And I get worried I'm too expensive sometimes. Yeah, right. Stavros is, if it's modern, it needs to be a 9.8. So yeah, so Stavros is in the Bad Hombre camp. And you know what? Again, I'm not going to say that's right. I'm not going to say that's wrong. When it comes to modern books, I try to get as high as possible, 9.6, 9.8 myself. But for some people, it doesn't make a difference. Counterfeit grading. if you're being bribed, I guess it would be. Rock City Adventure says, so you're saying it's better to just mug Frank Miller with a ski mask in a dark alley on that day and force him to sign your book? Yes, it's cheaper. A lot cheaper. Famous dancer. Thomas Grant's here. Who's Frank Miller? Exactly. Frank used to be an artist. Used to be. He's a guy who isn't worth 40K, that's for sure. I saw that. I was like, give me a break, man. That's ridiculous. You know, and in fact, Bad Hombre, I think your price is probably more where it maybe should be, or maybe a little, 15. That's one day, man. It's not even 24 hours. It's like maybe like, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You know what I mean? So holy cow. I know you're popular. I know you're famous. I know you're an important part of comic book history, but to charge that kind of money for, I don't know, to me, that's just ridiculous. You sure can. Bad Hombre. How do you know Bad Hombre? How many books did you bring to make your money off of that? Would you even have enough time to sign 40K worth of books in one day? Exactly. You know? It's almost like you got to say, we're going to take 40 people, $1,000 a person. You have a dinner. No, it's not going to that won't cover it either. 50 people, $1,000 a person. Actually, let me ask you guys this. If you could sit down in a room with 49 other people and Frank Miller and have a nice dinner, sit for 5 hours, have a picture, shoot the shit with him, have him sign 5, 10 books, whatever you want, would you do it? $1,000. Like it's an evening out. You get dinner and kind of a one-on-one with Frank. You're not lining up at some, stinky place. You're at a nice restaurant or a banquet hall, and Frank Miller comes in. He's at the head table. Of course, I'm sitting right beside him. Right? Whatever. But he'll work the room, come. Would you pay $1,000 for that? I don't know. Would you? And you can sign up to, say, 10 books. 10 books each. If you want, up to take it. So you can give them 1, you give them 10, you give them 3, and you get a picture with them too. Whatever you want, and you're getting verification, signature series. But it doesn't include the grading, though. It doesn't include the grading. That's a different thing. Would you do that? I'm curious. I don't think you will, but let me know what you think. Does 10 not exist? I'm not sure what you mean. See you guys. Got to hit up Mickey D's for their Star Serpentor special for 861. Nice, Davey. Classy. Keep it classy, Davey. Keep it classy. Gilbert Ross. The woman's twerking with She-Hulk was Meg Thee Stallion. Thank you, Gilbert. My wife and daughter knew who it was. I'm like, who in the hell is that? And why is she on this show? Dennis, look up Frank Miller interview in YouTube. Doc and I had never heard of Stallion. There you go. I wouldn't even sit with Miller and dinner for free. Well, there you go. So Bad Hombre is not paying $1,000. There you go. Stavros is not paying $1,000. Patty's Projects, a lunch with Stan Lee at Fan Expo Pictures and Book Sign. I think it was 2012's $800 option, but I don't know. The whole thing seemed crazy. Yeah. I'd have dinner with Frank for an easy $6.99. Bad Hombre, I'm really getting pissed at Frank Miller. May need to unload all Miller books now. Yeah, I know. Rock City, I can't say that. Well, I'm not going to repeat that one, but Rocky says, I would not pay to share Frank Miller with 49 other people. If I'm paying $1K, I would expect to sit down for at least an hour one-on-one because I'm getting screwed. I expect to be well satisfied. There you go. I kind of rephrased it for you, Rock City. But yeah. Dennis, 9.8, never a 9 or 10. Very rare, Dennis. Rock City Adventures, and I think that Frank would find that below him. Probably. Joey Coco, how's it going? Meg is a Marvel fan. Why not? Is she? I don't know. Is she a fan? I don't even know who she is. But again, I'm an old fart. Joey Coco, I'm an old fart. I don't know. I have no clue. Is she a fan? If she's a fan, I feel bad. I'm sorry I said a damn thing. Bad Armors, I have had 199 once. It was an amazing Spidey 319 about 12 years ago, which I sold for about 450 USD at the time. Oh, nice. Mike, yes, did you see that Chris Hemsworth is even disappointed in the direction that Thor's gone and will only continue playing him if his character changes direction in the future? Yes, I heard that as well, and I'm very glad because that last movie sucked. I have no more Frank jokes or info. Thanks, Dennis. I was confused when they had Meg show up or whatever because isn't Jen a lawyer? That's what exactly how I said. I go, why is she with her? I go, that woman is a rapper. She's not a superhero. And I thought she's now representing superheroes. And I thought the exact same thing, Patty. Great minds do think alike. All right, boys and girls, that's it for me. I got to go. Listen, thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out. I do have to get out of here. Like it's 9:42. I have about 10 books I got to put in, and I got to get the sack. Busy day tomorrow as well. So listen, thanks for coming out. Hope you enjoyed that. Modern books are kind of, they're not the most exciting things in the world, but they're still comic books, and we still love them. So what the hell? More CGC books are on the way back. So again, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, the like button, and the notification bell. Today, I only gave you guys about 4 hours notice. I was going to come on here at 3 hours notice. I do that from time to time. So again, make sure you hit the notification bell so you do know when I go live spontaneously, just like that. All right, my friends, listen, I'll be back later on this week. I also want to do a video on humidity. I want to talk to you all about humidity and pressing comics. I'll do a video on that probably sometime this week as well. So until next time, my friends, there it is. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your evening and a great, glorious week. And I'll see you very, very soon right here on the Comic Doctor YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye for now.